Breakfast and brilliant ideas, coffee and conversation, we're serving up that and much more at IBJ Media's events. Join us at an upcoming event and kickstart your day with fresh ideas and new connections. Check out our event lineup and register now at ibj.com/RSVP.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for Wednesday, September 24th, 2025. I'm Gary Dick. The Bloomington Economic Development Corporation announced this week that Monroe County has topped $1 billion in capital investment commitments and more than 900 new jobs promised since 2020. President Jennifer Pearl says the mark is a major milestone as the organization celebrates its 40th anniversary and is currently moving through its 3-year strategic plan. Among projects supported by the EDC are Simtra Biopharma Solutions combined $580 million in commitments and 450 jobs. The organization also notes a $350 million investment from New Jersey-based Catalent. Mandy Mikulski is marking her first month as the leader of Science Central in Fort Wayne, a facility that provides a variety of hands-on science-based programming for about 135,000 visitors annually. She talked with Inside Indiana Business about her goals for the popular venue.
I see as a place that can be a major attraction for this community. I want people to walk in and feel inspired and engaged and ready to just be themselves and have a great time. The board is fully ready and engaged. We're going to be working on a strategic plan.
The Agribusiness Council of Indiana has announced that Melissa Reig will be serving as the organization's new president and CEO. Reig has more than 25 years as an Indiana ag leader with experience in ag education, policy, and organizational management, and according to Hoosier Ag Today. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio. Our Innovate Indiana series is on the move in October. Join us for Innovate Southern Indiana in New Albany, October 1st. Innovate South Bend Elkhart in South Bend, October 14th. And Innovate South Central Indiana in Bloomington, October 24th. The Innovate series is presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. Each location will feature a powerful afternoon of ideas, innovation, and insight, and what's next for each region. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate. A federal judge has temporarily halted the U.S. Forest Service's Houston South Vegetation Management and Restoration Project, ruling that the agency violated federal law.
The ruling stems from the third lawsuit filed by plaintiffs Indiana Forest Alliance, Monroe County Board of Commissioners, Hoosier Environmental Council, and Friends of Lake Monroe against the U.S. Forest Service and its plan to harvest trees, perform controlled burns, and apply herbicides in thousands of acres of the Hoosier National Forest. Since filing their first challenge in 2020, the plaintiffs have argued that the Forest Service has failed to fully evaluate the potential impact of the project on Lake Monroe by not submitting an environmental impact statement. The project, which was estimated to take 10 to 15 years to complete, included commercial logging and controlled burns on national forest land in Jackson and Lawrence counties. As part of the project, trees would be cut on about 4,300 acres, and controlled burns would be conducted on another 13,500 acres. The goal of the project was to promote the long-term health of the forest by treating the vegetation, as well as address erosion to the Lake Monroe watershed by fixing and relocating roads and trails around the lake, which abuts the national forest. The plaintiffs have opposed the project because they believed sediment from the area could run off into the lake and negatively affect its water quality. U.S. District Judge Tanya Walton Pratt ordered the project be halted until an appropriate remedy is determined. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The Indiana Office of Community and Rural Affairs this week announced the city of North Vernon as the 2025 Preserving Main Street Community. The designation provides the Jennings County City up to $2 million in grants to revitalize historic buildings within its downtown district. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
Curious about what's shaping law in Indiana? From court reforms and NIL rights to mental health courts and energy commissions, the Indiana Lawyer Podcast breaks down the biggest legal issues of our time. I'm your host, reporter Maura Johnson. Join me every other week for your insider guide to what matters in law and why it impacts you. Subscribe now in your favorite podcast app or at ibjpodcasts.com.
Your commute just got smarter. Turn drive time into growth time. The IBJ Media Podcast Network gives you front row access to leaders shaping Indiana's economy, culture, and future. No filler, just smart, relevant, local storytelling you won't get anywhere else. Find all of our shows by searching IBJ Media in your podcast app or visit ibjpodcasts.com.